Namaste, beloveds. I trust that you are all feeling blessed, as am I. Today, this video has come after a few days, I know, because I was also in a space where I was not really. I've been doing the meditations online, as the ones that are following me know. I was just, there was just nothing coming, I was going more internal. There was nothing happening, and I was like, okay, theek hai, when the time is right, I'll know if there is something to be said, right? And it so happened that this morning I was having a conversation with my mother where we were doing some healing for her. She was having some issues with her back, and we were in that process, and then I just told her to say something, every day. And when I told her to say it, something just started downloading, and I said, you know what, mom, you don't take this as a given right now, because I think something else is coming. I think there's a prayer coming in that I need to sit down and write. And I had a sink full of breakfast dishes to be done, but I couldn't do that. I had to sit down and I had to let this come. And so I have been told to share this with all of you, with the world at large, whoever and wherever it reaches. And I want you to know that I am going to read it now aloud, so that you all hear this. As you hear this, it is going to get ingrained within your being. I am buzzing with so much energy since this has come into my being. I cannot tell you. It is like they told me this is source, this is Allah, this is Jesus, this is the Christed ones, this is the angels, this is your masters. There is so much brightness and energy right now, and they said we are encoding every word of this prayer is going to be encoded with light. So the thing that we need to do is we need to say it with full faith. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to first say it, and then later, here and there, I will explain to you why certain things have been said in it. Okay, so I am going to start now. I will also be putting up a version that you can, print out or copy paste and save somewhere on your phone or your tablet or laptop, whatever it is that you use, so that this can be done on a daily basis, as many times as you feel the need to do it. Okay, I have no clue whether this is the beginning of a whole series of prayers, or yes, it is. Okay, but for the moment this is what has come, so let's go with this. And I've had to write it down so I can see and I can say it. All right, so here we go. Dear God, Creator, today I, Upasana, ask you to help me vibrate with the highest frequencies of your love, peace, gratitude, abundance, and joy that I am capable of holding at this time. Take 10 seconds and feel your energy shifting. Help me to ground this energetic vibration into divine Mother Earth's being. May it spread like wildfire throughout her grids, ley lines, every cell, molecule, atom, and all the spaces in between, as it does through my bodies, fields, and matrices. Help me to be in forgiveness of myself and all those that I perceive as having wronged me. I ask for forgiveness from all whom I have wronged, from the beginning of time to here and now. Help me to realize and understand that we are all in this together, souls on a journey, not adversaries or enemies. We are each integral to one another's evolution. Help me to see you in everyone and everything. Help me to serve Mother Earth, humanity, and you in your every form. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen. Amen. Thank you. And with the power of three, the Holy Trinity, it is done, it is done, it is done, and so it is. So this is the prayer, okay? And so when you begin, you say, I said, Dear God and Creator, and I'm putting it down also in the written version, but you can say whatever you want. So you can say, Dear Allah, Dear Krishna, Dear Shiva, Dear Jesus, Dear Ma, Ma Durga, Dear Ma Kali, whoever your faith is, please, Dear Guru Nanak Ji and all the gurus, whoever, okay, it matters not. Then you say, today I said I Upasana, right? I took my name. So you say, today I so and so, whatever your name is, and then you proceed. Okay? So this is not like, somebody will say, okay, oh, but doesn't God or the universe already know me and who I am? Of course it does. Of course it does. But when you put it out there, because in this form, in this body, here on this planet, you are so and so, right? I am Upasana in this body, and every time I say that I Upasana, I am affirming that it is me, I am here, and I am asking you for this, okay? To help me to vibrate. Okay, then what else did I want to explain to you was, yeah, so basically we are asking, once we get this into us, right? So there's a place where I have put a thing that, help me to vibrate with the highest frequencies. I have written love, peace, gratitude, abundance, joy. You can write whatever it is that you want, You may say, help me to vibrate with frequencies of forgiveness, help me to vibrate with frequencies of harmony, help me to vibrate with frequencies of prosperity, whatever it is that you wish to experience at that point in time, okay? And you say this, that the highest frequencies of this, whatever attributes you want, that I am capable of holding at this time. Because if sometimes we ask for way too much, the body is after all going through a lot in either case, with all the light coming in, with all the work that's being done upon it. So sometimes it should not be that we are asking for more than our bodies can hold, then you will land up getting short circuited, or you will, short circuited means your neural pathways somewhere there'll be like a wires will burn, or you can have detox symptoms or some kind of healing crisis. We don't want that to happen, right? We want everything to come in easily, effortlessly. So what I am capable of, because if I'm clearing myself on a daily basis, I am going to be able to hold more and more light, right? And the universe, the divine beings that are helping us right now, they know exactly what we need and how much we need. Okay, so which is why we have said this, that I am capable of holding at this time. And then I have asked you to wait for like 10 seconds, because you say that and you just close your eyes and you will immediately start beginning to feel a shift. If you do not even feel that shift, it is fine, it is happening nevertheless. Okay, it's not so important for you to think and go into a tiz about I'm not able to feel it, so maybe something is off. No, nothing is off. It's working for you anyways. All right. Some people are extra energy sensitive, some are not. It doesn't matter. The energies are working. Okay, and then you wait for that 10 seconds and then you proceed with the prayer. Okay, and then in the prayer we are also asking for us to be able to ground it into our earth mother, right? Because we want what we are going to be experiencing to go into her, because she is also ascending as we are, right? There's an aspect of her that's already ascended, but there are aspects of her that are very in communion with us, so she is absolutely on par. Wherever you are, she meets you where you are, so you can be of assistance to her no matter where you are vibrating at, provided it's a higher frequency, of course. So we ask for it to get ground into her, and we say that let it get ground into her ley lines, which are running all over her, like we have neural pathways, right, in our bodies. She's got these ley lines running all through her, which connect her, and there a lot of these ley lines intersect at power spots on the planet where light comes in, at very, very magnified amounts. So we need to keep on empowering her. So we want it to go in there, because a lot of damage, a lot of the dark forces have worked at destroying her ley lines, and there are grids which she has. Again, same thing. So it is like, in a certain sense, when I talk about the cloud of the inner net, this is the same thing. These grids and ley lines are also consist of what we are putting out there. So the more love, the more peace, the more whatever good vibes that we can keep sending out to her, what happens is it starts reforming and it will start protecting her more and more, so she will be shining so brightly and so powerfully that nothing can dim the light now, and we are the ones that have to bring it in for her. Okay, so we're asking for it to go into her ley lines, to go into her grids. We're asking for it to go into every cell, molecule, atom, and all the spaces in between of her being, like wildfire, as it is going to go through you, us. Okay, as it is going to go through our every cell, molecule, atom, and all the spaces in between. And I think I've said this to you before also. So this science has discovered that we have cells, molecules, atoms, but our bodies comprise more of space than the cells, molecules, and atoms. Okay, and it is these spaces that are between these cells, molecules, and atoms that contain the highest amount of kachra. Okay, and when I say kachra, I mean, if there's somebody who is not from India, kachra means all the dirt, the grime, all the stuckness, the beliefs, the conditionings, the obstacles, everything that we have been working very hard to get rid of. They are a lot of times between the spaces you know. So when the light comes in, we want it to come out, we want it to be pushed out from wherever it is stuck, right? So that is why we use this terminology, all the spaces in between, very important. Okay, so as it's happening for her, it's happening for us, and it's happening for all our fields. So you have auric fields, you have your holographic fields, you have your template fields, all that, you know. And then there is this entire matrix that you are comprised of, codes, key codes, geometries, right? We wanted to go through all of that as it's going through her, because everything that you have, okay, chakra system, fields, auric fields, everything that you have, Mother Earth has. So it's a joint thing. Everything that I am asking to happen and come into my being, I am passing it on to her, you know, and I'm asking for it to go down into her being, because we cannot make this journey without her cooperation, because we are upon her, right? And so we need to help her as much as we need to help ourselves, you know. It's a co-creation, it's a joint effort what's happening right now. So we need one another, all right? And then we say, help me to be in forgiveness of myself and those that I perceive as having wronged me. Help me to be in forgiveness of myself, because so often, and more often than not, we are all in this space of, you know, we are angry with ourselves for things we've said and done in the past, maybe, you know, but we've put like a blanket over it, or we brush it under the carpet, we don't let that come out, but it's there, no, it's there. So take that, even on a daily basis, if there's something going on between you and somebody else, and maybe you've had words with them, you know, and you're upset, forgive yourself, keep forgiving yourself, say it's all right, I forgive you, I know from this moment forwards you can change, you know, you can change, we can all change, and every now moment we have the choice, you know, to change. So let's start making that choice, you know, start forgiving yourself. And we are asking, so help me to be in forgiveness of myself and all those that I perceive, because this is my chashma and I perceive the world through my chashma, right? So perceptions can be wrong, isn't it? It's not necessary that everything I look at has to be exactly the way I think it is, because, and it goes further, I ask for forgiveness from all whom I have wronged, from the beginning of time to here and now, which means every time I have incarnated. I have incarnated as a human. I have obviously done things which I may not be proud of in those timelines, you know, and so I ask for forgiveness from all those beings and kingdoms. It's not necessary that we have only wronged human beings. We may have wronged other beings and kingdoms. You may have been a hunter and killed, you know, lions and tigers and God knows what else, right? We may have done so much harm to other beings and kingdoms. So we need to ask forgiveness of everyone, irrespective. It doesn't matter. You don't have to know, you don't have to think, okay, but I don't know my past lifetimes and I don't know what I must have done. You do not need to know. This is setting the intention. When you are saying it, you're setting the intention. Know that it is being done for you on a higher level. Okay? Okay, so I ask for forgiveness from all whom I have wronged from the beginning of time to here and now. Help me to realize that we are all in this together. Souls on a journey, not adversaries or enemies. Okay? We are each one of us here on our individual journeys, each one, even if we are, I'm just going to take a sip of water. Even if we are coming together, say as a family, right? Co-workers at work, boss, you know, everybody who is in your space is a soul. Everyone you encounter, right? And everyone is on their journey. So which is why when the prayer says that I perceive, which means this person is going through their journey, even if they're living in the same home as me. There's a journey going on. There is this going on internally, constantly for everyone, right? Here. And it's not necessary that I always know what somebody is experiencing. We don't share all our thoughts, all our feelings, all our desires. You know, you may not even be sharing it with your spouse, even if you're madly in love with each other, right? Or you may be, and God bless you if you have that kind of relationship. But if you don't, you're not going to be sharing it with everyone. There's a lot of stuff that goes on in us which is just internal, isn't it? You know, so we don't know very often what's going on in somebody's mind. Why is somebody very snappy with me today? You know, why is somebody feeling extra loving to me today? Whatever, there's something going on within them as well, no? So let's be in the space of expansiveness. Let's go into a space where we say, okay, you know what? I understand that you are also going through your own thing, because you are here to evolve, as am I. So let me give you your space, you know. Let me try and see you through the eyes of the divine who has sent you here, you know, at the end of the day, to play this particular role in my life. Help me to realize and understand that we are all in this together, souls on a journey, not adversaries or enemies, even the ones we perceive as being our adversaries or enemies. You know, this one is totally always been against me from the beginning only. She just hates me. I don't know what is the problem, right? That soul doesn't hate you, you know. That soul doesn't have a problem with you. It is the personality that has come here. It has incarnated here. So you learn certain things about yourself. You understand, you know, and you get into a space of being more in forgiveness of the other. It's okay. She's playing her part. Let me try and understand what it's doing to me. What is it triggering in me that I need to work on? That's why they are there in your life. No single person is your enemy. Nobody is your adversary, not at all. It is law that is working here, divine law. You may have done something to this person in another lifetime, which is why in this lifetime they are being like this with you. So here comes the Ho'oponopono prayer that can be used. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, because I don't always know what is happening, right? And I don't need to know. I just need to know that I need to be in a space of forgiveness, that I need to be in a space of love, I need to be in a space of giving them space, you know. We are increasing our bandwidth as we go along, the ability to tolerate a lot more, the ability to be in acceptance a lot more. Wow, they just said there's going to be a prayer on that coming up. Okay, so we need to cultivate that, and we are each integral to one another's evolution. It cannot happen, right? You cannot just, you know, it can't be that either you're born a realized soul, you know, or you can't just get up take off, go to a mountain and sit down and say, I'm going to get nirvana here. You have to be of a very high caliber, because otherwise we need one another. We have to face off with each other. How else will it happen? How else can you work on yourself? How else can you know that this is where I am lacking? I need to build more love and compassion within myself. I need to build more faith in myself, whatever the case may be, right? We need one another. We are here together. This is a common journey of everyone, the entire planet, together, hand in hand. Help me to see you in everyone and everything. If I can start doing that, then that same person who I think who just absolutely hates me, I don't know what their problem is with me, I will start looking at them differently. So every time that person comes towards me to spit their venom out at me, I will be suddenly looking at them with different eyes, and I'll say, oh my God, poor thing, I mean, how troubled is that soul that it is needing to do this, right? You will start looking at them differently. Your perception will change. Help me to see you in everyone and everything, which means all situations. Everything that you perceive as being good and bad is divinely created for you. It's a divine design, that is unfolding. Everything is only happening for you in your life. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And we say that 3 times. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. And this is where we come into a mode of surrender. And when I surrender my all to the divine, to the Creator, to God, to whatever name suits you, I come into a space of complete understanding that everything is anyway taking place according to the will of the divine. It's not happening the way I want it to. It's happening according to divine will. And the moment I get into a space of surrender and I say, let thy will be done on earth, here in my life, I automatically come into a space of complete allowance, of complete acceptance, and then miraculously you find that everything that you want is happening. So then suddenly life is going completely your way. How? When I just told you that it's divine will. So it sounds like it's counteracting each other, right? But what happens is, when you are in that space of acceptance, of allowance, you are in tune, your frequency rises, your vibration rises, and you are completely in tune with your Creator. So everything that you want, or even the smallest desire that arises in you, because you're vibrating at a high frequency, because that desire is not going to be harming anybody else, it's going to be for the highest and best good of you and everyone concerned, it is automatically getting manifested in your life. Because you have moved out of your own way. You understand? The ego is there, but it is standing by. And the soul, the essence of you, has come into play now. more and more and more. So it is more in understanding of who it is more in understanding of its connection with divinity. And it knows that if I just surrender, I just accept, I open, I allow life to happen to me, it's going to be the most amazing life. Because when we say on earth as it is in heaven, it's because we have a concept of heaven, right? Everyone has their own concept of heaven, and you think, oh my god, it's so beautiful, and it must be having angels, and it must be having fountains with chocolate flowing, or whatever it is that you would like your heaven to be, right? When we are saying this, we are saying, yes, I believe, I have faith that this can happen in my life, and I can make it happen just by being in surrender, just by being in acceptance, just by being in allowance of your will, merging your will with divine will. It is just becoming one with all that is. And then you are at one-ment. You're at one-ment with the universe, you're at one-ment with Mother Nature, you're at one-ment with everyone and everything, and life is just a continuous flow of magic and miracles, and things beyond your wildest dreams. Because nobody knows what it is that we desire, what it is that we want in our innermost heart, which we may not have even voiced to ourselves, but the divine knows. Every thought before it is even created, born inside us, is already known, right? So, and then we say thank you, and with the power of 3, the Holy Trinity, because we acknowledge and accept that there is always in every, I'm using the word religion, but I would prefer to say that higher learning came down to various parts of the world through various people, and mankind turned it into religion. But that number 3 is very important. In every religion there is a form of Trinity, so we are going to say, and with the power of 3, the Holy Trinity, it is done, and so it is. So when you're saying it once, you're saying it twice, and you're saying it thrice. Again, it is getting ingrained into your neural pathways. Your entire neural network starts changing. It starts lighting up with this, because there's a force behind. It's like if I call out, supposing you're at home and you call out to your kid, and you say, hey, whatever the child's name may be, right? And sometimes they won't come. Then you'll call out a second time, and the third time will be the most urgent, right? So it's the same thing. We are calling out, and we're saying we believe. I have faith. This is my intention. I am sending it out there into the world. So this is what our prayer is all about, beloveds. Infinite love, infinite blessings. Please do on a daily basis if possible. Namaste.